Hi, my name's Steven. My engine is fucked, so I'm going to rebuild it.
So one, sorry that we haven't been making videos lately. I got excuses, but I'm not going to say them. Two, this video was actually recorded at the tail end of 2019, and most of the video I was going to originally dub over on that, but then I just never got around to doing it because there was so much recording and I just couldn't be bothered editing it. So yeah, I'm just gonna like pipe in from every now and then. I'm actually editing it right now, so every time I see something that I need to talk over or explain, I'm just gonna do that. So I'll pop in every now and then. Also, I've been drinking a bit. I don't know if you can tell, but I've been drinking a bit for most of this. Stick around. This is my motor here. A 4AGE 1.6 litre 4-cylinder, naturally aspirated. This motor's fucked. Yeah. It has compression issues at the moment, so it's just pretty much low compression. There's nothing amazing that's dead with it. So what I'm going to do at for the moment, I'm going to rip off these timing covers, water pump, blah 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 blah, rip off the head, and prepare the head to prepare to take the valves out, and so I can start lapping them, close up some of the airways that it's losing through. Oh, man, this is such a bad explanation. I'm going to explain this later. Quick one, apologies about the lighting. It is the middle of summer in Australia and it is freaking hot, so I don't work in the shed until it's night time, and so we're going to deal with these lights and the minimal amount of outside light I have.
All around the mulberry bush, the monkey chased the weasel. The monkey thought it was all in good fun. Pop goes the weasel, a penny for a spool of thread, a tuppence for a needle. That's the way the money goes. Pop goes the weasel.
Alright, so before I go too much further, I'm actually going to drop the oil. Otherwise what I'm going to do is when I take the head off, I'll probably end up spinning it around and I'll forget about the oil that's in it and it'll go everywhere. So I'm going to do that now.
All around the mulberry bush, the monkey chased the weasel. The monkey thought it was all in good fun. Pop goes the weasel, a penny for a spool of thread, a tuppence for a needle. That's the way the money goes.
Alright, so now I've taken the rock covers off. They were the two covers that cover this section here. Obviously you can see the cams are now open. Cams now open? What? What I'm going to do is undo all of these. I'm going to do it in a certain order though, so it will do like kind of like a circular motion. I'll go do that way, because if I undo this one, then this one, then this one, I believe it will kind of stretch, or it'll put strain on certain parts, which I shouldn't really be doing. And then all I need to do is take the 10 head bolts out. I can't remember, this one might be studs even. I'm pretty sure this one I actually put like ARP head studs in, which would be cool if I did. I actually can't remember. Then yeah, we'll take that off and yeah, I suppose prepare the head.
Goes the
Oh, that's a dirty lens. How's that feel, buddy? How's that feel? This is where we're at.
I've ripped off the cylinder head, it's over there, and I have not taken any of the external accessories off. So I'm going to rip all of these off, and then I am going to take the sump off. When I take the sump off, I'm going to take it off in this fashion, like undo the bolts from underneath it, in opposed to flipping it over 180, just because it will hold some residual oil, and I don't really just feel like having that go all over me or blah 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 blah. So I'm going to do that, and that means I can undo the caps for the con rods, and then take the pistons out for the top, and check what size rings they are. Because that's one thing I haven't been able to order yet, because I never really know until, you know, obviously you know the size of the rings, and also the size of the bearings and that. Check thrust bearings, see if they're effed or not, and yeah, blah 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 blah. We're gonna take it all apart. Whoa, sparks! I think this motor had a pretty hard life. It's picked up a lot of weird crap in that. Yeah. So, apologies about the constant change in the lighting. I've been doing this over a couple of nights just because I haven't got the time to do it all at once as I generally like to. I'm still unsure if this will be one big video or video of montages, or yeah, not really sure yet. Maybe one video assembling, one disassembling. I don't know. Okay. Probably wasn't really smart for me to do the bits that you can't see, huh? Life has picked up a lot of weird crap in that. Yeah. So, the point I'm at the moment is undoing these here, which are the caps for the con rods, which hold the piston. I am taking note of what way they go in line with the motor. You see on, for, say, this motor, it's got kind of 2 indentations here, as opposed to this one doesn't really have that same style of indentation, so it seems directional. You can't really stuff this up, because when you go to put the bearing caps back in, you'll notice that they only kind of go one way. It's still able to be stuffed up, but not as easy. But regardless, I take a photo of how it sits and make sure it goes in the same way. Make sure that I put everything back on just as it is, and then I generally line it up with the head in reference to where it would sit. So I put this next to the number 1 cylinder. That's not supposed to happen. Alright, so this is actually my first time really checking it out. I haven't had a proper look. There's a bit of like scrapes down the side of the thing, or am I just gonna voice over this?
Yes, I am. Kind of. So, what I was trying to say is that I couldn't see much damage other than the fact that the piston skirts had scraped up and down the bore on, I think, 1 or 2 cylinders. It didn't look all that bad. Most of it was just glazing, and I think the rings were just really worn out. There was no real amount of damage. Originally, when I decided I was going to rebuild this motor, I done a compression check on it, and it came up 90 psi across the board. It was even all round, and I swapped over starter motors and rechecked it, because if you have a real slow cranking starter motor, it's only going to give you X amount of compression. So yeah,
I think I am. Right, so here's the head, here's the pistons laid out in that order. This being number 1, that's the front of the motor. This is just one I just gave a quick clean down just so you can see the scarring better yet on this side. Yeah, so the piston skirts are pretty well scratched up. They're still very usable. Yeah, so I'm going to say personally what I think is this motor's just had a bit of a harsh life. Prior to me having it, I haven't really given it too much trouble at all. I've probably been the nicest to it. So, let's see. Yeah, yeah. Clean these up. I'm going to put them in some petrol and that, and just sit them in that, and then I'll rip out all the valves.
Anyway, cheers for watching. I'm going to make another video, obviously, on the other bit of rebuilding this. I'm not really sure when. Depends how lazy I am. Anyway, cheers for sticking around.